Get alive with us. The best hit station of the nation.
5-Star Glow Radio.
Yo, this is 5-Star Glow Radio, bringing you the best in music, the most informative talk in internet radio. Tune in to 5-Star Glow Radio, www.5SGRadio.com to join the movement.
Is it me or is it getting chilly?
5-Star Glow Radio.
Keeping you entertained and playing all of your favorite hits straight to your speakers. Right here on
5-Star Glow Radio.
Hello, hello. Good morning. This is the Missus on 5SGRadio. Today we have Ms.Kay Pressley on the line, who's a dynamic member in her community, who's working with the arts, theater, and agriculture. And she's also working on a way to link the three. So Ms.Kay Pressley, how are you this morning?
I am doing wonderful.
That's
wonderful.
great.
Thank you. Blessings.
That's great. That's great. So we have a few questions for you because we want to enlighten the listeners on some of the things that you are doing. And I actually got the pleasure to speak with you prior to today. So you were able to enlighten me on a lot of the things that I didn't know. Even though my father is in agriculture, some of the things and benefits that you raised, it was like, okay, that's amazing. So one of the things I want to talk to you about is the benefits, because not too many people are into, I guess my age range, are not into agriculture. So what are some of the benefits of being in agriculture and versus going to the stores and just buying everything?
Well, what I do is art that is connected to agriculture.
Yes.
And it's a holistic way of living, because we are, as human beings, a balance. We need a balance of not just, business and the arts, but also, living holistic. And I got into the whole holistic farming. That was from I was a child. And if you hear my accent, I am from the Caribbean. I am from Jamaica.
Okay.
And one of the things I had the love of doing was visiting my grandfather's farm and just having the fresh food from the ground.
Exactly.
So when I came to America and discovered that everything came from a supermarket, it was kind of disturbing.
Yes.
I went along with it, but then I realized that there was a lot of chemicals in the food that was causing people to be sick.
Okay.
And this was my turnaround to start, connecting back to the organic farming community.
Okay. One of the things that really caught me that you said holistic agriculture, holistic eating, and that's really dynamic. And I love the fact that you're taking that approach and you linking it to something that you personally had to that's something that you take pride in, like with your beliefs, and the fact that you say your grandfather was the one who kind of introduced you to it, and being that you were in Jamaica, you got to see this. It was like the norm. So coming to the States, it was a little different to see that no one really did it. You all, everyone took a trip to the grocery store or whatever. So I'm sure that was a culture shock for you.
Oh, absolutely. I was used to seeing the food moving from the ground to the table. Mm-hmm. Even when we went to the farmers market, which we do have farmers markets here in America, but we don't have enough of them.
Okay.
And we don't realize that our food industry is in jeopardy.
Yes, okay.
In the next 5 to 10 years, we might have to all be going into some kind of agriculture, because we are going to be facing a serious health crisis and also a serious, possibly food shortage because of the price of the food,
Okay.
and also because the food that is grown has a lot of chemicals, and it's causing a lot of people to be sick.
Oh, okay. Now, I want to also ask you about, I know a lot of people in the States, I have always been told that farmers market is like the closest way to cultivating yourself, because you can go and get the freshest fruits and all of that. Do you feel that just the issue of not having enough farmers market is the issue, or are some of the farmers markets not really selling the quality of produce that we need?
I believe that we have to do the research for ourselves,
Yes.
because, not when you see a sign on a building and what they have on the sign might be different from what's inside the building. And it's the same thing with our produce. You might be eating something that they said is organically grown,
Mm-hmm.
but we should always investigate the source of its origin. Don't take someone else's word for it.
That's great advice. That is great advice. Because now when you go into the regular grocery stores, you see a lot of sections where they have organic versus just, I guess, imported. I don't know if that's how you would label it, but I could never tell the difference between the two. I know some of the benefits that organic food have or should have, as opposed to just like the regular foods that are usually in the grocery store that came from or went through some type of process. But that's that's true. And I love the fact that you said that you have to do your own research, because a lot of people, and I know I'm guilty of it myself, a lot of times we just go in, and if it's labeled a certain thing, we go with what it's labeled as, versus actually knowing and being able to decide or determine which, the difference between the two. Because other than the price being higher on the organic foods, you really don't know really whether it's organic or not when it's in a grocery store. And some grocery stores, I'm sure, are very reputable and they're putting what it is, but some not so much. So you really do have to do your own research. Now, I know you say you're also in the arts and theater. What are some of the things you do in those areas, and how are you linking the three, arts, theater, and agriculture?
The dots are so closely connected.
Mm-hmm.
In that linking the art to the community and the agricultural business, you will find that there is a holistic thing. Because I once heard a gentleman, and I can't remember his name, but he said there is no culture without agriculture.
Okay.
Meaning that this is a part of every nationality or race that exists on the earth, on the planet. And what I do involves the whole community.
Mm-hmm.
Art is more than the theater, it's more than the dance, more than just writing. Yes, we do those things. But we are also involved with community activism, mm-hmm. that involves education, healthcare, housing, business, employment, and you just name a few things that affect us as human beings, the basic necessities, mm-hmm. that in any culture you need to survive. And what I do work in the community with different organizations.
Okay.
And one of these organizations is called the Atlanta Public Sector Alliance.
Okay.
And the Atlanta Public Sector Alliance It's been around for maybe the last 10 years.
Okay.
And they have really reinvented their energy into going into the community as a grassroots organization that is identifying the different issues that are affecting our community. And you'll find that the different issues are the same.
Mm-hmm.
We need housing, we need clean air, we need water, we need jobs, we need food that's not going to make us sick.
Mm-hmm.
We need good food for our children. We need to be more informed. And we also, at the end of the day, need a form of relaxation, which is our culture. So, every project that I do, the Lord has led me to involve the community. So I might do the arts, but I'm also connected to people in the community that have been gifted to do other things, are already involved in their community. Okay. And we come together and we put on hands-on events, hands-on programs.
Mm-hmm.
You never come to our events and not be involved. Because when you go away, you have the feeling as if you have contributed to the community.
That's great.
And that is what I do.
Oh, amazing. And I love the saying. That was a very powerful saying that you say that you received from someone who gave a seminar. There's no culture without agriculture. That's powerful in itself. That's amazing. Now, we want to get some events that you are supporting. I know you say you collaborate with different organizations, so we would love to find out some of the events that you have going on. I know you have something coming up on the 24th, September 24th, and I think one earlier than that, but I'm not sure. Can you enlighten us and the listeners on some of the events you have coming up?
Well, we just had an event on August 19th, which was last month. An International Day of Love and Revolutionary Ceremony, and it just represented what we are. We actually brought together leaders in the community, civil rights leaders, veterans, young people, community leaders,
okay,
and farmers and business people. And at that ceremony, we actually got to know each other, got to know what we did in the community. We were able to speak on some of our issues, and at the end, we were able to award these leaders in our community. And a leader is not someone that you necessarily see on the news or a basketball star. There is a leader in all of us. So one of the things we hope to do is to continue our International Day of Love through Hope Day Theater Company and P.D. Flanagan Association. And we're having an event on Friday, September the 30th. And it's going to start at 7 p.m. and it's going to go until 9 p.m. And it's called the same thing, International Day of Love. It's put on by Hope Day Theater Company and P.D. Flanagan Ministries. And also we have other groups, including the Atlanta Public Sector Alliance, who will be contributing to this event.
Okay. Now you say on September the 30th?
Yes, September 30th.
From 7
Friday.
o'clock. Okay.
Correct? Yes, it is.
Okay, September the 30th at 7 o'clock p.m.?
Yes.
Okay, going until what time?
Until 9 p.m.
9 p.m., okay.
And it's going to be at Mary Brandon Church.
In Atlanta?
Yes, it's going to be on 1776 Sylvan Road, Atlanta, Georgia, 303